Welcome back to the program. So a couple of things. First and foremost, hopefully everybody's loving Substack. It's definitely something to get used to, but I have to say, I am really, really enjoying it. I love being on a platform that is constantly looking at ways to bring you new subscribers. I think it's amazing. I mean, when it goes out to free subscribers, for instance, it cuts and edits a little clip of every show, and it puts it in for the free subscribers so that they can see at least, maybe a minute and a half or whatever of what they're missing. And then it prompts them to upgrade and things like that. So it's really, really cool. I love the fact that I'm no longer alone on an island on my website, and I'm now, with a lot of other people, with a lot of great technology and things like that. So really excited about that. Couple of things. So this weekend, I am going to probably put quite a few shows up, all right? And that doesn't mean that they're going to be the quote-unquote show for that day or that night, but I am trying to fill up a section of like best interviews and, JBU show classics from 2014 to the present. And so you may see a lot of shows coming up. And I just wanted you to, be aware of that, because I'm probably not going to answer comments on all of those videos or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I want to kind of say this. Every single show that I do that is for that day, I obviously will answer all of your comments like I always did in the past. And couple that with any article that I write, I will also answer all questions on those as well. But what I won't do, because I don't have the time, is I can't go back 2, 3, 4 shows. So if you're commenting on those shows, I'm sadly not going to know about it or be able to go and do the comments. So anytime you want to ask me something or an additional comment, do it on the most recent show, because I will check it periodically through the day, and then usually I answer everything at night like I've always done. Nothing's really going to change from that standpoint. The other thing is that this platform is so awesome that you yourself, you don't need a business card from me. You don't need anything. All you need is to talk to someone. Let's say you're at the store and you go, hey, whatever, I like your shirt or whatever. Oh, yeah, I love Trump, whatever. Oh, hey, by the way, there's this really cool show on Substack. Have you ever heard of Substack? No, I haven't heard of that. Oh, it's a free app. Here, you should download the app. And what's your email address? Get their email address and say, I tell you what, I'll send you a free subscription to this show for 7 days or possibly longer. I'm actually trying to cut that down. Right now, I think it's at 30, and I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to cut it down to 7. Because quite frankly, I don't want to give free content away for 30 days. 7's fine, but not 30. So I'm looking at seeing if there's a way to edit that. But anyway, you can offer people that you meet, that a free membership. It doesn't cost you anything at all. All you do is you go into your Substack, into your own account, and you hit, gift subscription. You click on it, you put it in there, you put their email address, and boom, you hit send, and it literally says, this is the Josh Bernstein Show or jbushow.com. I want to offer you, a free membership for 7 days to check out the content, whatever. So just get people's email addresses, and you guys can absolutely help me blow up this Substack to proportions that we couldn't even imagine. And so I would greatly appreciate it if you're out and about and talking to people, getting their email addresses, then going on your app, and then sending them the free subscription. What was the other thing I was going to ask you? There was one other thing. No, that was it. So again, tons of videos this weekend. I'm probably going to put them all in those folders that I'm creating. So you're going to see a lot of action. And so that means your phones are going to be dinging off the hook, basically, if you have the notifications on. But for tonight's show, I wanted to address something that is very, very positive news. It is very good news, but it's still going to be a challenge. However, they have passed tonight the No Rogues Ruling Act. This is the act by Darryl Issa that basically cuts off these radical, extreme, activist judges from being able to take their injunction and blanket it across the country. It is now passed by the House Republicans. One Republican didn't vote for it. Mike Turner of Ohio, of all people. I don't know why he didn't, but he didn't. He's a rhino. And so all these judges are now going to be, at least we hope, cut back from being able to issue these injunctions throughout the entire country. It'll be just for that district where that judge is at. Now, here's where the challenge comes in. It did pass the House, which means what? It's moving on to the Senate. All right, but before I get into that, here's a little bit more on it real quick here.
Your bill, it's called the No Rogue Rulings Act. It's up for a vote today, I believe. It would rein in activist judges. Why is it so important, Congressman?
Well, the most important part is that the Supreme Court, which sees about 62 to 66 cases a year, is now seeing a case every couple of days in order to handle these activist judges. And they are consistently slapping down these judges for their overly broad injunctions, and in some cases just reversing them. But we've got to maintain the nature of the court. The high court speaks for the nation. District courts speak for their districts. This bill returns that to where it belongs and where it was for the first almost 200 years of our history.
The Democrats say you are destroying democracy by challenging the courts like this, and your response is?
The Solicitor General of the Biden administration, as late as mid-October of last year, was asking for what we're delivering on the floor. It's only a question of the shoe on the other foot. They don't like it because it might make life a little more fluid for the Trump administration, but they absolutely wanted it till the last days of the Biden administration.
Congressman, thanks very much for joining. I want to talk about...
So there it is. And so now it heads to the U.S. Senate. Now, a couple things. The U.S. Senate has the filibuster, meaning what? Meaning you have to have 60 vote threshold in order to pass legislation. There are other ways, though, to get around
Introducing
the filibuster.
hounding, the non-lethal self-defense platform, lightweight and simple to use.
There are other ways, though, however, to get rid of not the filibuster, but at least lower the threshold from 60 to a simple majority of 51 votes. And that would entail doing a budget reconciliation. A budget reconciliation doesn't matter how many Democrats support it or don't support it. All you need is 51 votes. And clearly there are plenty of votes, because we have 53, to be able to do that. But to err on the side of caution, I think it's really important. There's 6 people that you need to contact, okay? So take a few seconds, whatever, take out a notepad, either do it on your phone or grab a piece of paper and a pen, whatever you have to do. But you want to write down some of the things that I'm going to tell you, because it's very important stuff. And again, this is where the civic activism comes in. This is where I've been doing this for all these years on the website, even before that, on YouTube and everywhere else that I've been doing it. And I'm going to continue to do it, because we have to be able to fight, and we have to make sure that civically active patriots are contacting the right people at the right times to make sure that they do what they need to do. And yes, that was filler for you guys to get your pens and papers at. So the first one that I would recognize immediately that could be a problem would be resting Mitch face. That's right, the Kentucky Fried Chicken Mitch McConnell. So his offices are, here we go, Washington is 202-224-2541, 202-224-2541. If you wanted to reach him in Kentucky, you could reach him in Louisville at 502-582-6304, 502-582-6304. You can also, of course, find them on Facebook and on X and everywhere else. So you can do all that. And remember, you can always go to contactmypoliticians.com, My Politician, either Politicians or Politician, I can't remember which one, but it's up and running these days. And that will give you a list of everybody, okay? But he's going to be a problem, so we need to reach out to him. Lisa Murkowski out there in Alaska is going to be a problem as well. The Washington office is 202-224-6665. And by the way, they're all 202-224 in D.C. So 202-224-6665. And it looks like Anchorage is 907-271-3735. She's going to be an issue for sure. Susan Collins is going to be a major headache as well. DC extension, again, 202-224-2523, extension 2523. And it looks like in Maine, Bangor is 207-945-0417. 207-945-0417. And I would also say that the guy who replaced Mutt Romney, okay, this guy right here is an absolute disaster, this John Curtis in Utah. So his Washington, D.C., 202-224-5251, 202-224-5251, and Salt Lake City is 801-524-4380, 801-524-4380. Now, these next two are just as important as the rest, okay? Lindsey Grahamnesty is the chairman of the Budget Committee, meaning that he is the one that kind of helps navigate budget policy. He doesn't have the final say, but he's pretty close to it. So we want to reach out to him at 202-224-5972, 202-224-5972, and then in, where is it? Is it Charleston? No, not Charleston. It's in Columbia, South Carolina, 803-933-0112, 803-933-0112. And honestly, the most important person is John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader. Why? Well, because he has the power to put this bill, the No Rogues Ruling Act, in a budget reconciliation, lowering the threshold from 60 down to 51 and passing this thing, okay? And we can finally get rid of these district radical extremist judges. Senator John Thune, 202-224-2321, 202-224-2321. And his other office there is, let's see, Sioux Falls, I believe, is 605-334-9596, 605-334-9596. It is extremely important that we reach out to them right away. And here's the reason why. April 14th to April 25th, they're gone. Easter, they're gone completely. They don't come back until the 28th of April. So it just passed the House. It is fresh. Let's get on top of these people now. Let's get them to get it through the Senate before Friday night, if we can. Have President Trump sign it into law, and then adios for Easter. But at least we get rid of these district judges. Please, folks, take action. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.